How many of you have got some compelling reasons why you must master investing? Welcome back to day 3 of the Freedom by Investing in Crypto Challenge. We are here on the strategy day. This is making investing practical, even if you never done it before. And we're gonna explore some very powerful things. It's gonna be simple and fun. We're gonna look into, and it's gonna be a game changer, especially if you never invested before. And if you are already investing, we will set up the foundation so you can make this even more efficient for yourself. And before we dig into content, I am obligated to tell you that we are no financial advisors. We do not provide advice. We only share our experience, and our results are not typical. And if I mention particular investment opportunities, it is for educational purposes only. And I'm happy to show you exactly what's working for us so you can give your money a job as well. And by you coming here to day 3 of the Freedom by Investing Challenge, tells me something about you. Tells me that you are committed to a new empowered life, to new opportunities, and to a new level of serving and giving. And that is why I'm so glad that you're here, because you are investing in yourself. And let's have a look at your purpose why, your reasons why, which we worked on during day 1. And we also re-explored this yesterday on the previous day. And this is your emotions, your purpose doing this. And it's the emotion behind it that will keep you going in the long term. So the more you connect with it, the better. And if you've written this down, feel free to comment below. What are some of your reasons? Feel free to comment that so we can get to support you on your journey as well. And here is the thing with these reasons. I bet that all of your reasons regards how you can get rid of your money. How many of you have written up, maybe you want to buy yourself something, maybe it's an experience, a travel, anything like that. And here's the thing. If you're focusing on liabilities, things that are going to cost you money, things that take money out of your pocket, it's gonna take some time to get to that financial independence and freedom you wanna achieve. And here's the thing, in order to get your true wealth in terms of energy freedom, time freedom, money freedom, we need to bring assets into our life. You invest your way to wealth. And the thing is, rich people, they don't have a job, they don't waste their time, and they don't waste their money. And this is why you need a mentor. This is why you need accountability to be part of a community like this, someone to guide you on that path. And what needs to change then is your money allocation. Like, where do you put your money to work? And rest assured, this is not your fault if you've written down these things, because we never taught this stuff. So where does money go? It needs to go from liabilities, things that cost you money, into assets, things that grow in value by themselves, because you will get the compounding effect. And then your assets, they're going to make money over and over again. When you reinvest your profits, you get into the habit of setting aside money on a regular basis. And that is the S, which we started with on Monday. And we talked about the E yesterday. We tapped into that. And let's do a quick recap of what we talked about yesterday. And we talked first and foremost about the financial freedom number, your financial freedom number. What is the amount of money that needs to come into your life on a monthly basis to pay for your desired lifestyle? And this is important because in order to close the gap from where you are right now to where you want to be, you need to know what it is that you want. And also you need to know where you are, because then we can create a map to close that gap. And for the sake of time, we can't go in depth on that process right now, but we have a process, so you can reach out to us if you want to work on that to get that clarity on where you are right now. And we talked about the 5 pillars of successful investors. We have do you remember what they are? Type it in the comments if you remember some of these pillars. And as I'll see if you remember some of that. And you can also write if you remember something of the 3 pillars of investing evaluation. Or maybe you remember one of the price accelerator or price sustainability factors when we dug into what are some criteria we can use to find profitable cryptos. So if you remember any of those, feel free to comment down below. For the 5 pillars of successful investors, we need a strategy. That is exactly what to do and when to do it. We have money management, because we need to allocate our monies and set aside money that we can afford ourselves to let work for us for a while, that we don't need in a while they're working for us. We have risk management, we have time and patience, and we have the mindset. And the pillars of evaluation: why, where, and what. And the final one is when. And today is going to be, I'm going to start tapping into that when part. And the price and sustainability factors for crypto: we have the price, we have the marketing, we have use case, and we have reasons to hold. That is what's going to determine the price of the crypto opportunities. And with that being said, let's get into the strategy part. So let me bring that up. Okay, this is going to be very powerful. It's going to be simple, and we're going to take this step by step. And just a reminder on the disclaimer. And what we're going to talk about now to give you a strategy is we're going to look at a very important concept called the cost averaging effect. And I'm going to explain this and take you through it so you can understand it. And in this strategy, utilizing the cost averaging effect, it is only one rule, and that is on the same date every month we are going to invest. How does that look like? If you've never seen a graph such as this, do not panic. At the bottom, from left to right, we have time, and from bottom to top, we got the price. Then this line shows how the price develops over time. And let's say we start investing on the 1st of May. Then we put in an amount of money, and we're going to put in 100. And then we will get an average price, as we will check in on our investment the same date every month. So the 1st of every month, we will come back and we will invest 100. So 1st of June, we invest another 100. And that will push the average price up, because 1st of June, the price of this investment is even higher. So when we invest at that time, the price goes up. And then 1st of July, we invest again. It will push the average price down again because the price is even lower. Same in August, the price will go even lower. So this is the concept of cost averaging. We put in the same amount of money on the same date. And it means instead of putting over money, all the money in at once, we actually spread it out so we get an average price. And as you can see here now, it's easier to make profits when this goes back up, as opposed to if you put all your money in at, for example, the first time when you first explore this. And the point there of doing this is that we can't time the perfect bottoms and perfect highs. Trying to do that is a waste of time for me, a waste of energy, because sitting at the computer, being glued to the computer screen and trying to figure out what is the perfect top, perfect bottom. Yeah, in hindsight might look easy, but imagine yourself sitting there in the moment trying to figure out what is this the bottom, is this the high? Because you might have heard about buy low and sell high. But with the cost averaging effect, we have a simple way of dealing with this, of giving ourselves more freedom and still invest. Now, let's take this to the next level, and that is with the cost average plus effect. And what happens here is we're going to introduce a second rule. And if the price is higher than our average price at the moment, we're going to buy less. If the price is lower, we're going to buy more. You will see how this affected. So 1st of May, we put in 100. We get the average price. On 1st of June, the price is higher than in May, so we're going to invest less money. And what you will see then is that the average price is going to be pushed up. But if you look at the dashed line, that is the previous average high. If we have invested the same amount of money, we would have had an average price at the dashed line. However, since we invested less, we get the average price at the solid line, which is lower. And that is fantastic because it is then easier to make profits. And then what about 1st of July? The price is now lower than the average, so we are going to invest more money. It pushes the average price down. And 1st of August, price is lower than average. We're going to invest more money than the first time again, pushes the average price even lower. And the same here in September, in October, and in November. And now it's just even easier to make profits. Good or good? So I can see Oleg is commenting that the internet is a little bit unstable. The voice is distorted. I hope you can hear me loud and clear. If it's on my side, let me know. Okay, we're going to take this to the next level. We're going to take a step back. Let's go to the first strategy of on the same date every month, we're going to invest. And now we're going to change the second rule. So you can have a look at how it is, how we can tweak this and make it even better to end up with a really powerful and simple strategy in a moment. So now the second rule now is that we are only going to buy if the price at a given moment is lower than the previous time we bought. I'll take you through it. 1st of May, we invest. We put in 100, whatever your currency is. And then we get an average price. 1st of June, the price is higher than in May. And based on the criteria I gave you, the rule that we are only going to invest if the price is lower than the previous time we bought. Shall we skip this investment level? Type S if you believe so. Or should we buy? Type B for buy if you want to buy, or type S if you should skip it. Type that in the comments. S for skip or B for buy. Let me know. We're only going to buy if the price at a given time is lower than the previous time we bought. So let me know. The price is higher. That means we are going to, I can see an X, and yes, we're going to skip it. Yes, that's exactly true. And then we come back in July, 1st of July, and we are going to, this time, we will buy because the price is lower than the previous time. And that means the average price is pushed lower. Now, you can see the dashed line is the average price if we have bought at the top there in June. If we have bought there, we will have the average price at the dashed line. However, since we skipped that very high point, we have now the average price at the solid line. And that makes it even that makes the average price come even further down. And then August, it's lower, we will buy, pushes the average price down. And then in September, the price is not lower, so we're going to skip that. In October, it is not lower than the previous time we bought, so we're going to skip this one as well. But in November, it is lower and we are going to buy. And that makes it, with these concepts, we can now build a really powerful strategy so we can focus on time in the market instead of timing the market. So that is time in the market instead of timing the market. How are we going to do that? We're going to utilize what we call the money cost averaging strategy, MCA. How does it work? We'll find a high point on the chart of the investment, and then as price drop, we are going to invest money. And sorry, I think I was about to sneeze there for a moment. Okay, and as the price drops, we are going to invest. So when the price goes down to 80, so it falls from, if the highest point is valued at 100, the price drops to 80, that is 20%, we put in money. And as the price goes even further down, and it drops another more percentages to, in this case, 60, so we now drop 40%, we're going to invest 25% more of our money. That pushes the average price from 80 to 67.5. As the price drops even further to that it dropped to 40, that is a 60% drop, we will invest even more money. We will add an additional 25%, and that pushes the price even further down. And then, as it falls even further to 20, so now we have had a drop of 80%, the price have dropped even further. This makes it possible on this graph, it would mean when the price goes back up, we have 276% that we have been able to profit from this, and we can program this in advance. We don't have to do any manual things. This is possible to tell the platform, the investment platform, that hey, can you like take care of this for me, and I'm going to show you how you make that possible. So this is very simple, very profitable principles that you can take advantage of in order to invest. So let's have a look at how do we actually make that possible. And the way we're gonna understand that is by order types. So let's have a look. As we have seen now, we will follow a graph, we'll follow the price development of an investment, and the entire thing starts with knowing what the high point is. And I'll show you more about that later. But when we know the high point, and then when we know that point, we will tell the investment platform, the exchange, and in this case, I showed you how you can open an account at Coinbase in this challenge. And when we can then tell Coinbase that, hey, when the price drops to this level, please get me in, please buy into the investment I want to buy, into a particular cryptocurrency, for example. And what enables this is an order type that is called a limit buy order. And a limit buy order tells the system, tells the exchange, tells the platform, it tells Coinbase, hey, if the price drops all the way to this level or below, so to that level or below, then please buy. That means you can put this into the system in advance. We will show you how as well. And then regardless of what you're doing, maybe you're sleeping, Maybe you're having a cup of coffee. Maybe you're meeting your friends. If you're children, maybe you're playing with them. Whatever you're doing, the system will take care of this for you. You don't have to do anything else than program this in advance so you can enjoy your life. So when the price then suddenly goes down here, it will, boom, we will be in. The system will take us in. Now, we don't only set this one level, we put in all of them in advance. So you have all of these levels programmed. So as the price goes down, and when it hits this level, you will get in. So this is also a limit buy order. And when it comes down here, you have bought more coins, more cryptocurrencies, or at this level, and then it pushes the average price down. The price might go up in between before it goes down here, and it goes a little bit up before it goes down, but eventually it will trigger the orders that's been set. And regardless, it might, when it starts going up, we will also explore later on in the challenge how you take profits. It's going to be utilized using the same principles, because the limit buy is about at the given price level or anything lower. And we can also utilize limit sell orders in the same way. And they function in the way that when we have set a level, it will sell at that price or any time higher. And that is how we're going to secure profits. And we're going to explore that later, how you actually make that happening. If you find any of this confusing, congratulations. It means you are about to learn something. For some of you, this is the first time that you ever learned a strategy, and that is fantastic. This is what enables you to actually make investing practical, make your money work for you, and actually tap into all of these opportunities. And it's not your fault that you don't know anything about this, because you're never taught this stuff. So just acknowledge yourself for being here and investing in yourself, because what you're learning is so powerful and it's very simple. And yes, it might not look that easy right now, because if it was easy, why aren't everyone doing it? But remember, ask yourself, why aren't you doing it? And we're gonna make sure that we can look at how you actually implement this as well. And I have a tool for you a little bit later that's gonna make this super simple. And in order to apply this, we're gonna have a look at a very, very powerful tool that you need to use in order to make this practical and actually apply this. So I'm just gonna bring up that slide. And we're gonna use a free software that is called Tradingview. You can open an account for free at the link, or you can scan the code. I highly recommend that you start on your desktop or laptop computer to get an overview. It's much easier to learn this on a full desktop laptop. And this is a free software, and it allows you to visualize your investments to get an overview. And we're going to look into how we can use this. This is also very simple. So let's dive into that part. I'm just going to open TradingView. And you can follow along now, and you can open your account after you watch this. So what will meet you is the homepage of TradingView. And after you open your account, you can click on chart at the top, and it will take you here. And what you'll see here is a price graph. And we'll take this step by step, so just follow along for now. And this will help you visualize your investments so you actually can understand what is going on. You might by default have a white theme when you open your account. It looks like this. Just I like the dark theme. It's a little bit more easy for the eyes to comprehend if you're gonna, when you're working on the computer. And what are we looking at here? So you've seen how you can open the chart from the front page, click a chart on the top, and in the upper left corner, you can search for investments. Maybe you're doing some stock investments already, and for this one, we are exploring crypto. So if you want to only see crypto, you can click on the crypto and you can write here. And for example, you can write Bitcoin, or if you know the ticker, the short description, you can write that as well. And then these crypto investments, you are going to invest in them by, you buy, for example, Bitcoin by paying, for example, US dollars. Or some of you might use euro, or some of you might use British pound. These are the big fiat currencies that are usually supported by the exchanges. Now, in the crypto world, US dollars is the one that most investments are measured against. That is also what the stable coins are also mimicking the price of dollars. So then I usually go with what you can choose the Coinbase if you invest in Coinbase. Now, it doesn't really matter which one of these you chooses because the price is gonna be the same. So whether we use Coinbase, some of you might have heard about Binance, but it doesn't really matter. But for now, let's use the Coinbase graph. And then what are we looking at? At the bottom, we have the time, and you can adjust this. You can drag it to see more of the time history back in time. On the right-hand side, we have the price graph. What I like is to turn on the auto function in the lower right. It just adjusts the picture, so it's easier to see that it scales to your window size. So I like to have the auto button turned on. You turn that on. That will like fill the screen, so it's a little bit easier to see. And then what are we looking at here? What are all of these bars? And these bars are what we call candlesticks. So for now, to explain that to you, let's one moment. Yeah. So what we're looking at here are all these bars. They represent the price for one day. And how do I know it's one day? Because here in the top, you might see a blue D that represents one day. So each of the bars represent the price over one day. And each of these bars, which we call candlesticks, they have 4 components. How many components? Type it in the comments. Type 4 in the comments. And that is the price will open at a certain level. That is the top of the solid area. And sometime during the day, the price might go all the way up to this, at the end of this tiny part. We call that the tail or the wick. And during the day, it falls all the way down here to the other end, or it might be the other way around. But then at the end of the day, the price ends here at the bottom of the solid. And it goes from the top to the bottom because this is red, because the color is red. If the color is green, it's the other way around. Then the price would start here and then it goes up here. So it starts here at midnight and it goes up and end there just before the new day, after 23 hours and 59 minutes. But since this is red, the price has been going down. And why is this so important to you? Because it helps us really finding a high price. So if you look over here on the 10th of November, you will see that you can read on the top, on the very top, what is the price. You can see that you have the H, that is the highest price. And that means we can see that here, 10th of November. So if I scroll out, so we can see a little bit more of the price. Look at Bitcoin. Is this good or good? From March 2020 to November last year, the price increased. Look at this, 1,1295% approximately. Is that good or good? So what I can do is that I take my I take my mouse over this candle, the highest candle, and then what the H will show us is 69,000. So that is the all-time high of Bitcoin. So we can use Tradingview to get an understanding here of how has a cryptocurrency developed. You might remember CoinMarketCap, where you can explore coins. We can look at them here, can get an understanding. And this high is going to be an essential component in the tool that I'm going to share with you a little bit later, that's going to make investing super simple and to help you really apply this. Now, if you want, you can play around in this tool. It's possible to add lines. We have that in the menu to the left. So it's possible to add lines. So you can play around, you can illustrate things, you can add text to write in there. Like if you, for example, want to make note of that, the highest price of Bitcoin was 69,000 US dollars. If that's, for example, something you want to take note of. And it's even possible, you can play around here. There are many tools, arrows, etc. You can add horizontal lines. You can play around, and you can even add these tools to a favorite bar using this star. That will enable you to get them here as like a quick access. As you can see, I have the line tool available here in my favorites toolbar. And what is also possible is that you can even on these lines, you can right click on them and you can add an alert. So you can, for example, be sent an email once the price hits that line, when it goes down. So if the price is above and you want to know when it fallen below, you can get an alert. Or maybe the price is already below. So we have the line up here and we want to be notified when does the price come up to that price level, in case you want to have that. And with all these drawings in place, what you can do is here in the upper right corner with the cloud icon, you can click on that. You will save the drawing. So the next time you log in, you can recover everything you've done. It's back there and you can continue from where you left last time. So this is a really powerful, simple tool that you can use to illustrate your investments. The last piece of Tradingview that I want to give you today to help you with your investments is how we actually find this high. Like, how do I know that this would be a high? Because if we go back, yeah, let's see if we, for example, go back here. So to illustrate it, we can go a little bit back in time. And the thing is, when we look for a high point, we look for a price increase in 80% or more. So the way I can measure that is there is a tool here available that is underneath this menu. So that's the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The 8 from the top, we have a price range tool, and we can use that to measure the price from a low point to a high point. And as long as what we're looking for is an increase in price in 80%. So what happens here is you can see the percentage in here. So from this low to this high, there must be a price increase of 80%. And that is not the case. So we then have to find a higher point. So in this case, if we use our gut feeling and we look at this, that is the highest point. And if we can find any lower point that gives us 80% or more, if you look here, you have the high point. So it's intuitive as well. It's just to give you some of the behind the scenes on what would we really consider a high point. So if we just go back to present time, if we look at the price now, so looking at it and you ask yourself, like, what is the highest point? And you use your gut feeling. Would you agree that, okay, looking at this would be a great idea to consider as a high point? And then we can measure it, and it's more than 80%. Now, if it hadn't been 80% here, we can always drag this back in time, and we will get 80% when it's the all-time high. The second criteria here is that this high must be higher than the previous one. So that means, for example, if we were here, this high, we don't use this high because this one is lower than the previous one. But in essence, when the price has reached an all-time high, which you can see here, we have a high point. Why does this matter? This is something that we're going to put in now, because I'm going to introduce you to the tool that's going to make investing the most simplest thing that you can ever do and help you get you close to as like done for you when you're going to invest on your own to manage your own investments, which is going to be very powerful, allowing you as well to keep all your profits yourself as opposed to having someone else managing your investments for you. So let's dig into that. And that is a tool that we call your crypto investing buddy. And I'm going to bring up quickly here something to show you how that works. So your crypto investing buddy is a tool that you will get access to. And as a bonus of attending this challenge, we'll give you 1 month free access to this tool. It's usually a subscription to this. You'll get the details on how you can get 1 month free access to this tool. And now I'm going to walk you through it, how it works. And what you will see here in the bottom is that we have 2 templates. You have a template for small cap investing, and you have a template for large cap investing. So for those tokens that are at the top 20 list, excluding stable coins, those coins, we use the large cap template. So after you have gotten hold of this, I'll show you how later. You can duplicate this. And what happens then is you can double click on it to rename it. And for example, let's say we want to invest in Bitcoin. You rename it to Bitcoin, BTC. Now I already done that, so I'll skip doing that right now. But when we have that duplicate and we rename it to what do we want to invest in, it looks like this. And what do we see here? And this investment tool, this is going to help you plan your investment, implement your investment, and it's also going to help you secure your profits. So this tool has 4 sections. And today we're going to look at the first section, and we're going to take the second section tomorrow, and the day after we're going to take the third section. So today it's section number 1, and that is prepare. Type P in the comments for prepare. So we're going to look at how do you prepare your investment, and so that you actually can make the investment and make profits. So it all starts with here deciding, what do you want to invest in? And for this purpose, we choose Bitcoin. So that is why we have Bitcoin up here. And then you choose what are you going to spend, what you're going to use to purchase your Bitcoin. What is your kind of investment money? And the Coinbase supports euro, dollars, and British pounds as our traditional currencies. And then you can put in the top, and to guide you, you can also put in the high, the date of the high, and you will be able to see that all the way on the bottom here. All the way on the bottom, the date will be there when you have your mouse over the highest, that candle that has the highest price. So we read the date at the bottom, 10th of November, and if you remember, you have the H on the top, and that says 69,000 when you hover your mouse over that candle, that candlestick. So we put in 10th of November, 69,000. And then how much money do you want to put in? And then this sheet will fetch the price of Bitcoin as well for you. What is the current price? You can even update it if you want the very latest price. And that is what you do to prepare yourself. So it's all about deciding what you want to invest in, what is the highest price, what is the top. And section 2 will help you invest. We're going to explore that tomorrow. And you have the taking profit part below. We're going to explore that the day after. And I just want to emphasize, in this sheet, you only change the light purple boxes. All the other cells, leave them untouched. So the light purple boxes are for you to edit. All the other colors, whether that is the darker purple, whether that is the yellow, green, or red, leave those alone. All you need is to edit the light purple ones. Now I'll show you, when you get access to this, what you'll do in order to get a hold of this into your own account. So this is your crypto investing buddy. And here is how it works. When you get the link to this, you will click on File. You will make a copy of this. So this is going to be found in your Google Drive. It means you need a Google account. That is also free. Typically, that means you have a Gmail address. Not necessarily, but for most of you, you can use a Gmail address that you log in to Google Drive, and then you will be able to access this in your Google Drive. You click File, you make a copy of this, and the first time you click Load License, it means that you need to give permission to your crypto investing buddy, to this tool, in order to fetch prices from the exchanges so that it can actually help you out with your investment. So you click Authorize, and then you click on your email, you click on Advanced. You will then click on the Go To. It will most likely say your crypto investing buddy, go to your crypto investing buddy. And then it will present to you on the right-hand side here what this actually does. So the title will say that your crypto investing buddy has access to your Google account. Unfortunately, Google hasn't created a very good description, because you will see the details in the bullet point list what this actually will do. It will only manage the spreadsheet in which your crypto investing buddy is installed. It will only manage that one spreadsheet, fetching prices and update the price. And it's all about connecting to those external sources to fetch the price. So you click Allow on that, and then you click Load License again after we actually have permission to fetch the license as well and fetch prices, because we will give you a month free of access to this tool, which has usually a subscription to it. And then on your phone, you might see such an alert that the tool now have access, but it only have access to fetch the prices of the cryptocurrencies and update that particular spreadsheet. And you can verify that by the permissions that Google presents, that this is all about managing the sheet in which the application has been installed. It doesn't touch anything else in your account, only only this tool works. Yeah, it only updates itself. That is the point. And then you can right click on the templates at the bottom. You duplicate them, so you leave the templates alone. And that allows you to start planning your investment. That means your next steps is going to be to, let me show that you need to open your Tradingview account. And you can use the link on the screen. We'll also send it to you. So if you haven't yet registered, as you can see in the second bullet point, the last line in the second bullet point, if you haven't yet registered for the challenge, do so. So we will send an email out to you with this link. You will get the link to your crypto investing buddy, and you reply to that email with your Google email. And also remember to share this challenge. Who do you know that needs to hear about how they can get their money working for them? How can they empower themselves financially so that they also can get to close the gap from where they are right now to where they want to be, and start, taking steps to living their desired life as well. How cool isn't it if all of you can, when the crypto prices has gone up, whether that's 3 months, 6 months, a year, we don't know, but when the price gone up, that all of you can say, wow, so cool that we are in this together, as opposed to people asking you like, why didn't you tell me about this when you took part and learned this? So the next steps, open Tradingview account, it's free. You reply to the email with your Google address from the email that we're going to send to you right afterwards. And remember to share this, invite people to this group. Even though we are on day 3, it's not too late to catch up. And we have yet some of the most empowering and important parts to come. So bring people along. You're welcome to do so. That was the strategy, the implementation, we're gonna take this to the next level tomorrow. Today is making a practical day. We're gonna take it to the next level tomorrow by looking at actually implementing this in the broker. How do you actually put in the investment? How do you apply what's in your investing buddy, in your crypto investing buddy, to make this work for you? It's been a pleasure serving you again today, and we're here if you have any comments. And for now, if you are in the VIP room, just stay on. We'll take your questions. And for everyone, stay happy, stay safe. Ka-ching.
Please be aware, we are no financial advisors. We do not provide any advice. We only share our experience, and our results are not typical. If we mention any stocks, funds and other type of investments, it is for educational and illustrational purposes only. Most people are unable to achieve similar results to ours. If you want to achieve similar results, you have to commit yourself to systemize, to learn and to stick to the rules.